Hello, this is Kuma, and welcome back to another episode of Dealing with Cheese. Today we are going to look at the 4-gate. This is one of the most annoying builds to hold. I had been practicing it quite a bit lately because I was playing in the HDL with my fellow IBMer over here, A-Train, and I had to practice it quite a bit. I'm not going to say anything about the results of that, but that will be coming out quite soon, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, the 4-gate, here we go. So, the 4-gate is one of the most annoying things to deal with, and it's because it hits at a very specific timing, very soon, and it hits very hard. And if you don't have almost perfect play, you'll just die. Like, you'll straight up die. Yeah, so up here in the yellow, we have A-Train, who is also a Protoss player on Team IBM. And then here we have me. And, oh, I should obviously fix that. So you don't want to scout after your 10 pylon. This is very important. You want those extra minerals, and if he is actually 4-gaining, then you know the extra. It doesn't really matter if you scout it earlier or now. Earlier or later. Of course, there is a lot of variations on the 4-gate. There's the Korean 4-gate. There is what's it called? A 10-gate 4-gate. Oh, well, 10-gate 4-gate. Usually 10-gate becomes a 3-gate, but like an 11-gate 4-gate, or tons of these different variations. We're just going to do a straight up 4-gate, where you plant down your gateway on 12, and your cyber, I think, is on 17 or 16, depending on how you play it. So yeah, you want to then after you want to chrono boost your 11th and 12th probe, obviously. Then on 12, put down your gateway, and then on 13, chrono boost your 13th and 14th probe, and on 14, you want to build your assimilator. And then you can still build another probe afterwards, so you basically can continuously keep building probes. Then obviously pylon on 16, usual stuff. And then as soon as the gate finishes, you build a cyber on 16. Yeah, that's right. So obviously there's very many different ways to do this, to defend against the 4-gate. Well, very many. There's a couple of different ways. I'm just going to show you one that I was working on, which is surefire to stop it, basically. So you chrono boost your 17th probe, well, which will then, of course, also be chrono boosting your 18th. And then you hold off and you build a gateway on 19. Yeah, that's right. This guy's being annoying, but I'm not taking my gas anyway. Not yet. So a lot of the times what people do is they will get a second gas early, so that they go for a sentry, and then they can force field the ramp. However, the problem with that is that if they come spot on time at that 5:45, you won't be able to force field continuously. Yeah, so which is just the issue. So you build your assimilator as soon as you can afford it. Really, I built it a little late, but you should really be building that as soon as you can afford it. After you start your stalker, and with that first stalker, you want to check out your base. You want to make sure there is no probe in your base, because if there is, they're going to build pylons, and that is where you really get screwed. Then you want to chrono boost out this next pair of 2 stalkers, so that you are up to 3 stalkers. So only with the first stalker you want to check around your base, and then you want to wait until you get your second and third, because they might have a zealot and a stalker or whatever. And then with the 3 stalkers you move out, and you want to check this area as well. And this is obviously on Shattered Temple. You want to check the area around your base, close to your base, obviously, so that you can get the probe. Now, this means, like, obviously, good players will put their pylons, or first pylon, slightly further away, so that they can warp in, like, whatever, so that they can actually warp in on time. Let me just quickly pause here, because this is also important. So because you put your assimilator down quite late, your gas is going to be kind of constrained. But as soon as you finish your 3 stalkers, I'm going to go back here because this is important. So Yep, 3 stalkers finish. Yeah, and there goes the sentry. So you want to build that first sentry right away, and then as soon as you can build the second sentry, you want to build the second sentry right away. Um, so obviously, yeah. So you want to, yeah. Anyway, you get it. Second sentry right away. There we go. Now your 3 stalkers you want to put at the front so that you can basically ensure that the probe doesn't come up. Build 2 pylons here. Anytime soon, not until he has to first warp in over here. And that's really what you want, first warp in over here. So this 4 gate is coming a little late. Let's see, yeah, here we go. So he warps in at 5:54. Now, you can, if you do everything completely perfect, get it at just after 5:45. So he's about 9 seconds late with the warp in, right? So you can get it at 5:45. But you have to wait for this warp in now because my 3 stalkers are here. And look, already have my 2 sentries up. So he's going to be coming up here. And he's going to be building pylons, it's fine. But I'm going to force field. Now, what you should really do, I didn't do that here, but you should let up a couple units. Because you have 5 units here, right? You should let up like a stalker or something. And just stand over here and kill it. And these stalkers won't be able to shoot. But I force fielded and killed the pylon instead. So now we can't build a close pylon to warp up my ramp, which is really what you want. So on top of that, when you build those 2 sentries, you want to build that extra sentry right after. It's very important. My Skype is going off, but I'll deal with that in a moment. You want to build that 3rd sentry, and the reason is, if he was standing here, trying to push up, or somehow he got these 2 things down, then you need that extra sentry to be able to continuously force field. And that's very important. If he managed to get pylons here, you need that 3rd sentry to force field out the units. And I'm even making a fourth sentry. I actually go up to 6. And this is because, as I said, if they stand here and they're continuously trying to push up your ramp, spot on time when the force field finishes, you need that amount of sentries. You need that extra couple of sentries to be able to force field. You can, however, after your 4th sentry afford your robotics facility, which is good. So see, I backed off, I force field a couple of units up. Stalkers have to go all the way around to shoot, which makes you just be able to kill stuff. Yeah. So now my robotics finishes. How many sentries do I have? 5. So in this case, I have 5. I would usually go with 6, but I go with 5 in this case because he's not pushing on my ramp so much, which means that I can afford my robotics slightly earlier, and so hence my immortal slightly earlier. And this is really the 100% I'm going to stop this 4 gate push. And as you can see, he's already falling behind in food. And this is also because I keep building probes. I mean, obviously he's been really attempting to do this 4 gate very, very hard. And not building probes and stuff, which obviously is not good. Now he's starting to build a Twilight Council and stuff. But I am 4 probes ahead, and I now have my Immortal out, and realistically this is supposed to be completely held. He can never get up my ramp. Yeah, I think that's it. So what you really need to realize is that the amount of sentries you make is completely based on how hard he's pushing up the ramp. If he actually comes, you kill his pylons, and he backs off, do not make any sentries. You want that gas, you want to start teching right away. If he, however, is really trying to push up the ramp, build those extra couple of sentries, because those force fields will cut off his units, and will just make it so that you're going to be able to keep him out for longer, which makes him more behind because he's just pumping out units and not teching. Yeah, so I guess that's it. And from here on, you can obviously go Colossi, or you can expand, or you can do whatever, really. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.